This short video presentation is a little background on the company John E. Reid and Associates. We were established in 1947 by John Reid, who had been a Chicago police officer and had recently graduated from law school. For the past 7 decades, John E. Reid and Associates has been developing and refining effective interviewing and interrogation techniques. The Reid technique is now the most widely used approach to question subjects in the world. The content of our instructional material continues to develop, adapt, and change. We conduct 300 to 400 training programs annually and train thousands of individuals from the private sector, including corporate security, loss prevention, human resources, and auditors, law enforcement officers, government personnel from both investigative and regulatory agencies, military personnel, school administrators, and really any individual who needs to conduct an interview and who needs to assess the credibility of the person they're speaking to. U.S. Supreme Court recognition. In 1994, the United States Supreme Court referenced our book, Criminal Interrogation and Confessions, in supporting their decision in the case of Stansberry versus California. In June 2004, in the case of Missouri versus Siebert, the United States Supreme Court referenced our company and our book as examples of law enforcement resources that offer proper training, specifically in regard to the advisement of Miranda warnings. The authoritative text. Our book, Criminal Interrogation and Confessions, now in its 5th edition, is considered by the courts and practitioners to be the seminal text for proper interviewing and interrogation techniques. The book has been translated into numerous languages around the world. Courts throughout the country have recognized the Reid technique as the leading interview and interrogation approach used by investigators. The courts continue to render decisions consistent with our core values and the best practices that we teach. On this YouTube channel, you'll see a video that's entitled How the Courts View the Reid Technique, which will give you specific case references for this information. Our core values, that is the basis for all of our interviewing and interrogation techniques, are as follows. Always treat the subject with dignity and respect. Always conduct interviews and interrogations in accordance with the guidelines established by the courts. Do not make any promises of leniency or threats of harm or inevitable consequences. Do not conduct interrogations for an excessively lengthy period of time. Do not deny the subject any of their rights. Do not deny the subject the opportunity to satisfy their physical needs. Exercise special cautions when questioning juveniles or individuals with mental or psychological impairments. For additional information about our core values and best practices, we have 2 videos you can view on this YouTube channel, the core principles of the Reid technique and best practices. Government recognition. Our expertise on the topic of behavior symptom analysis, interviewing, and interrogation techniques was recognized by the National Security Agency, which awarded John E. Reid and Associates, in conjunction with Michigan State University, a sole source bid for a scientific study on the use of behavior symptoms in the detection of deception. The study was eventually published in the Journal of Forensic Sciences. Exonerating the innocent. Over the years, we have worked on a number of cases for the Innocence Project, as well as other attorneys on false confession cases, serving as expert witnesses on what are proper interview and interrogation procedures. The standard. In the Netflix series Making of a Murderer Part 2, John E. Reid and Associates is referenced as the benchmark for proper interrogation practices and procedures. We're also featured on the Oxygen channel in one of their series, Criminal Confessions, in the episode entitled Tazewell, Virginia. International research validates the core elements of the Reid technique. Over the years, numerous international research studies have been conducted on core elements of the Reid technique. Research from Japan, Korea, Spain, Canada, and the United States. All of the studies establish the validity of various core elements of the Reid technique, including research from the High Value Detainee Group, which was established by President Obama in 2009. International recognition. Our firm has been awarded contracts for training from NATO, the Bavarian and Berlin law enforcement communities in Germany, and have conducted training programs in a wide variety of countries around the world. You can see some of them listed here on your screen. Our training materials have been translated into Spanish, Portuguese, Chinese, Arabic, German, Turkish, and Japanese. For additional information about our company, training programs, resources, and training products, visit our website at reid.com. Thank you very much for taking a few minutes to listen to this brief presentation about the company John E. Reid and Associates.